Hello, welcome back. Another week has flown by. So I want to thank you for being here, for joining me, for commenting, for sharing, and subscribing. And today, my video is about life is not all that serious. And this is going to be a conglomeration of a lot of other videos that I've done, plus a few poems. I've noticed that when my guides want me to get a message through, a lot of times they give it to me in poetry. So the first poem is Life is Not That Serious. You made the decision to be here. You were allowed because your role here was clear. You knew you would be guided. You had no fears. You wanted to be here, to experience the new earth that is now being presented to you. Yet so many got lost along their way, fell into the density that's been displayed, became divided in so many ways. Suffering has become their way of being. Forgot their powers too, hold on tight to their dramas, in truth, are completely confused. Life is not all that serious. I'm here to remind you. All you need to do is forget your past, your dramas and pain. Tell yourself now, I'm beginning again today. I am powerful beyond belief. I am guided in all ways. I now will remember whence I came. I will release my mind, connect to my heart. That's my only guidance. I need to start. I ignore all the negatives I see, because in truth, I am love everlasting. This is my truth to believe. My life's changed. Everything is positive. I've released the insane. I'm reminded of the love of whence I came. Before I go on, I do want to say this is important. I share a lot of truths, and unless you work on yourself and follow the guidance that I give you that resonates with your heart, then you will not change. No one is going to change you but you. And Jesus did not come to this planet to save you and then you just give it all up to him to figure it out. It's never going to work that way for you. And whether you believe it or not, it is your choice to change, your choice to work on yourself. That's the only way it's going to happen. Now, I could tell you about my life and all the negative experiences that I've had. And I'm not going to do that. The difference is that with my analytical mind, I never just accepted what other people told me. I never accepted anything. I always had to prove it to myself first. And that's all I ask you to do, is I give you the tools, and all you have to do is take one and prove it to yourself. This is how you will know that what I speak is true. It's the only way. And then it'll be easier for you to make the changes. So, with that being said, if you could see what I see, you would understand. Take my hand, rise above the land. See what's below you. Disassociate yourself from you. Then maybe you can get a higher view. All the negatives that you see were indoctrinated into you to believe that life is fearful, Life is scary. Life is pain. Life is nary. See yourself as an angel sitting on a cloud, knowing self, proud of who you are, knowing you have a mission. It will take you far. Laughing at your troubles, your pain, because you found the key to ecstasy. You truly love yourself. Do not say, sorry, you mastered this if you still experience any emotional pain. No one is out to get you. They only live in fear. Once you realize this truth, your life becomes more clear. Just walk away from those who live in pain and want to take you with them. Now that's insane. You worry about your future. You worry about your finances. You worry, not realizing it's negative for you. You don't believe or trust yourself. You live with negative views. This creates more insanity. You alone create this for you. When you are negative and fearful, you attract negative energy. You become more fearful. So, if I could only get this through your head, we are not human. We are not anything but energy and light beings. We came from love. We came from light. We did not come from earth. What you need to do actually is go through your friends and your family. And if anybody around you is negative, release them out of your life. And if you don't do that, it's on you. One reason you won't do that is because of guilt. Guilt is negative. All the things that you have learned in this life was to lower your vibration so you could all forget who you are and where you came from. And that was the plan. I talk about this all the time in my videos. Now, just to give you an idea, if you're on a social media, you need to go through your friends list and see who you want to keep as your friend. Because if they are negative entities, they share their energy with you and they attack you. And if you're not aware of it and your mood changes, or one day you wake up depressed, do you know why you feel depressed? Do you know why you feel negative? You don't. It could be a thought, it could be a belief, it could be someone else's energy. Now this morning, someone on Facebook sent me a friend's request, and I went through their page, and most of it is blocked, but one thing that caught my eye was they posted that they were a person that cast spells on negative energy. You don't want to be around anyone who's a spellcaster because that's negative. And as soon as I read that, I can't even tell you, the energy that attacked me was so negative and so strong and so powerful, and it came into my house. And so I had to burn my sage, and hopefully all of you will remember what else I said. I said, I am the love, I am the light, I am. And I repeated it, burned my sage, and it was gone. And as I mentioned before, in the past, I used to have to call on Archangel Michael and all kinds of other archangels, and now all I have to say is, I am the love, I am the light, I am, because it's power. It's what you believe about yourself. And when you believe that about yourself, you change everything that goes around you. Now, when you go outside, you need to carry a black tourmaline or obsidian crystal in your pocket, which wards off negative energies. Now, in the past, I would go out, attract energy, and it was always negative, and then I'd have to release it and do all of this stuff. And it kept me in the house a lot. And so what I do when I really want to go out is I guard myself with crystals to protect me from other people's energy. If you are a person, which I'm sure a lot of you are, who are employed, and there are negative people around you, you need to protect yourself from that energy. You need to be aware of it, and you need to not fall into drama and release guilt that you owe people things, that you're supposed to do this. That's all negative programmings which kept you in fear. Everything on this planet has been based on negativity and fear. And still, so many of you fall into it. If you could see what I see, you would laugh. You would laugh at yourself, for sure. And you would laugh at everything that you fear on this planet, because it's not even reality. Somewhere in your life you were programmed, and you believed it. You accepted it. Now, when you are a child, and if you're raised by negative parents, which most of us have been, then there comes a time when, you believe everything your parents tell you. Then you go to school and you see that all these people don't believe what you believe, and they're all different than you. And that's how you start to become your own person. You start seeing that other people don't believe what you believe or see things differently than you do. And that's when you start to separate yourself from your parents and become your true self. So, I have posted spiritual tools for you to use. And that's what I suggest you do. So if you go to work and you're around negative people, or you have a meeting that you have to go to and you think it's going to be negative, you just say, all you have to do before you leave your house is, "Dear angels, please keep me from seeing or hearing anything negative today." Simple. Have you tried it? Because if you haven't tried it, you don't know that it works. And if it works, don't forget about it. Don't go to work and remind yourself that it worked. Because if you don't, you're not going to make the change. You're not going to remember that that is a tool for you to use. And you also need to do it again before you walk into work, before you walk into the dentist, before you walk into the doctor, wherever you go, before you go into your parents' house. If your parents are negative, only God forbid, I wish I knew that when my parents were alive. That would have saved a lot of drama out of my life. But that's a simple tool to use. And to be cognitive of it. To go, wow, I went to work today and it worked. Period. Notice it. If you don't notice it, how are you going to remember it and make these changes that you all need to do? Now, I'm going to touch on just a few things that I've seen that people are still so confused about love and relationships. Now, the people who are confused about love and relationships obviously have not awoken to the light and reality and truth. What is reality? What is truth? Well, reality is we didn't come here to search outside of ourselves for relationships, for love, to depend on other people, to help have other people make you happy, to have the white picket fence. And trust me, I was there. I've done it all. Trust me, I've done it all. In any case, love is unconditional. And there's so many people who say, no, I love myself. I love myself. Yet, I love myself, but I have difficulty with relationships. So-and-so was an asshole. So-and-so judged me. You don't love yourself. I would say, as I've said before, 90% of the people don't love themselves. They think they love themselves. I did a video on that. And if you think you love yourself, and yet you still have problems, then you don't. Do yourself a favor, watch my video on what does it mean to love yourself, because you were not taught about it. I wasn't taught. Nobody was taught what love is. How could they be? Because when you truly, truly love yourself, you can release people so easily because you know they're here to harm you and you don't want to be harmed because you're worth more than that. You don't do for other people when you don't want to because then you don't love yourself, because you're secretly telling yourself that everybody on the planet is more important than you. You have no guilt. You don't walk around judging people. You know, I have ex-friends who, as soon as they walk into a public place, the first thing they do is look around and start judging other people. It amazes me that people still do that. And these are people who are not awake. You do not want to be around people who do not change, because all people who do not change carry fear, because, as I said before, this planet is only love or fear. It's not anything in the middle. Love energy, fear energy. If you live in fear energy of any kind, you do not love yourself. That's truth. If you live in fear and now you maybe know you don't love yourself, if you don't believe that, I'm sorry for you. There's nothing that I can do to make you know these things. I can only guide you. And then it's your choice to find out, what does love really mean? People talk about how nasty their spouses are, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, how they do these nasty things to them, and how they're so distraught, and they beat themselves up for not loving themselves. Or actually, they don't even beat themselves up for that because they don't realize they don't love themselves. So that's not what I meant, so I take it back. They beat themselves up because they think they did something wrong. They don't love themselves. They think that feeling that they have is love. It's not love. Love is not pain. We all should have woke up when we all thought love is pain. Half the songs that are out there are not even songs of reality when it comes to relationships and love, because all they talk about is love is pain, love is pain, love is pain. How many of you don't want to have a relationship because you believe love is pain? Love is not pain. Trying to find somebody to fill your Your emptiness, that's pain. That's depending on other people. That's having expectations of other people. That's pain. That's the pain. It's not love. Love is beauty. Love is a wonderful feeling. Love sparks energy through your body like you can't believe. Love is protection, not from other people. Other people just mirror you. That's it. Everyone is your mirror. All the people you hate are your mirror too. So I've discussed this before. You can find in-depth information on my videos. People don't understand death because death is another situation that we've been lied about. Then there's funerals and there's stories and articles written about how you're supposed to behave and how you're supposed to be, and if your spouse died, how long you're supposed to mourn, and how long you're supposed to take to have another relationship. And then if you don't follow what your friends believe or what you've been taught, then you're a naughty, naughty person. I mean, think about all these crazy rules. If you want to know the truth, take the time to find it. It's all over the place. Find the universal laws. When you understand the universal laws, you raise your vibration so high because a light would go on in your head if you're open. If you're not open, then your response would be, that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay? If that's how you see life and that's what you want to believe, that's your choice. Can I help you? No. Nobody can help you. Nobody can help you anyway. You can only help yourself. That's it. You came here to learn your lessons, to learn about life, to remember who you were, to raise your vibration, to love yourself. That's the only reason why you're here. Now, on the other hand, all the people that chose to come here were allowed to come here because they knew you can handle this. And unfortunately, a lot of people can't handle this. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't save people. You can only save yourself. And when you live on the path of truth and love, your whole life changes. You don't have to work on it. You know, you find a truth and you go, well, I have to work on it. Work is a negative word. You know, I don't work on anything. I just accept it as truth, know it in my heart, and it changes. That's all you need to do. You need to know it. You need to feel it in here. You need to get rid of this. You need to get rid of this. You need to get rid of those old voices in your head. Whether it comes from your mother, your father, your friends, your pastor, your minister, your rabbi, any of that stuff that doesn't speak truth, throw it out the trash. Thank the Lord that I never got involved in religion. I've had enough problems to deal with that I chose to deal with when I came here. Thank the Lord, I don't have to deal with any of that. I have found things on my own. Now, and also been helped by a lot of people. People come into my life to guide me. And they come into my life because my guide sent them to me. So if I ever sit here and have a question about something, my guides send me someone that has that answer. I see it. I notice it. If you don't notice things that your guides have given you, how do you change? You've got to be aware of those things. That's what you need to be aware of. You want to get out of a relationship, or you want to learn about positive things. You want to learn about something, you just ask. This is what I need to do. Please send me someone or some type of guidance. That's it. You don't do anything else except you know you're going to receive it and you let it go. You've got to let it go because wherever your energy focuses on, that's what you create more of. You obviously, if you still have pain, you don't believe that you create your own life. That God is not your creator. God gave you the creator abilities. And I'm going to even be so bold as to say God might not even be a reality. There is a source, a creator source on this planet. That's what God could be. There is a higher power, yes. But is the energy judgmental? No, because energy doesn't judge you. You judge you. Other people judge you. Or other people taught you that you're judged. I mean, it's one of those. Simple. You have to do the work. And you're the one who makes things more difficult than it is. So let me just give you a few examples. If you've known me for a while and you see I read you all this poetry, do I sit down and write this poetry? No. Do I try to write this poetry? No. It's a feeling I get. Can I explain a feeling to you? No. I can't even explain a pain to you. I mean, if you're a man, can I tell you what it feels like to birth a child? No. If you're a man who's fought a war and been shot by a bullet, can you explain to someone the pain that you felt from that? No. You can't explain these things to anybody. You just have to experience it yourself. Oh gosh, I went down a road and I lost my thought. Oh, okay. So I seriously can't tell you why I didn't see things that other people had to tell me about it. People have told me that, you're smart when my family told me I wasn't, but I never saw it for myself. But the difference is what other people told me I was, I started to analyze myself. And then I started writing down what people told me and noticed, oh, well, to me, that's just simple because it's, I didn't have to work to do this. And so I just kind of brushed it away. Maybe you do that. I don't know. Now, I had a friend who told me that I'm an automatic writer. I didn't go, I just said to myself, really? I didn't go, well, I have to work on it. I didn't say those 3 words. How do you work on being something? How do you work on it? Working on it means you don't believe it. Working on it means you don't accept it. Working on it means that I have to put this aside because I don't have time to do this. It takes too much work. It's reading it, feeling it. If you find something that gives you truth, feel it. How does this feel? Find something in there that you can prove to yourself. Now, when my friend said that I could do automatic writing, I thought, okay. So I said, well, how do I do it? She said, just take out a piece of paper and a pen and write down the first word that comes to your mind. I did it. That's all I did. Did I say I had to work at it? No, and I know I've said this already 3 times. I don't want to keep repeating myself, so sorry. But I just started doing it, and bam, it happened. Okay? And then, of course, at first I didn't trust it, and then I would get these poems, and I would fear, writing it down. Why would I fear it? Well, I feared because I didn't love myself. I feared because I worried about what other people thought of me. I feared it because what if what I said is wrong? I mean, because it all comes back to I was afraid of what other people would think of me. I don't care anymore what other people think of me because it doesn't matter. I've released that a long time ago. So of course it became more and more and more. When someone said I was a spiritual healer, I said, I'm not a spiritual healer. Don't give me that title. That makes me be responsible for people. And I don't think I can be responsible for people. And who do I talk to? I don't talk to my friends. I talk to myself. When I talk to myself, who am I really talking to? My guides. Did I know that in the beginning? No, I did not. But I would go out and things would happen. And it would be like, oh my God, you just proved to me that I am a spiritual healer. If you're not aware of your surroundings, if you don't open your mind, then you don't see reality. You see the matrix. It's what you see. When you focus on other people's negativities, you become more negative. When you know in your heart that you know these truths, yet at the same breath, you talk trash about other people and still are judgmental, you're missing something. You still don't love yourself. What do you do first? You focus on self-love. It took me 3 months. And 3 months because I spent 3 months only on self-love. You've got to take a lot of time. It's not like a thought and now you're different. No. And whenever something happens, you've got to be aware of yourself, aware of your thoughts. Ooh, that was negative. I need to change that. Ooh, that was negative. I need to change that. You've got to monitor yourself. I mean, the lies that you know or that you follow have been going on for 300,000 years. So you can't just go, oh, I love myself, next. No, you've got to work on it. I sat down and listened to Abraham Hicks one day for 4 hours. Me, a person who never was able to sit down for 5 minutes, not alone 3 or 4 hours without moving and listening, writing notes, practicing and going, oh, I got it. And then the next day, I didn't remember what I got. So I had to listen to it again. I got it. The next day, I didn't have it. To listen to it again. If I hear it and I know it and it feels good to me, it's still not part of me yet. Because the next day I forgot it. So I've got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Now that's what I did. That's something you can do. You take the time for yourself because you're the most important person here. Because everything comes from you. So when you love yourself, you attract love to you. You attract loving people to you. You attract loving situations to you. That's all you do. And other than that, you're attracting lessons. If you If you got out of a relationship and it was painful, etc., blah, 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 and then what do? Run for another one? You're just going to find another lesson. If you really sit back and write down all your past relationships, what is the same thing that keeps popping up? That's your message, what you need to change about yourself. Nobody does anything to you except spread negative energy. That's it. And you know it, you realize it, you get rid of it. That's it. And I've said this before about family. Your family is your family only this lifetime. When you leave this planet and transition off Earth, you're going to see all your family. If you were around in 1212, who was your mother then? This is my point. So you don't have to hang on to things that you think you have to hang on to. And I will take this back. If you understood life, if you really and truly understood people, life, drama, negativity, death, dying, destruction, situations, the news, all the crap that's bad, if you really and truly understood it, you could put yourself up on a cloud above the planet and you can look down and you could laugh so hard because you see what is it that you all fear? A movie. Not reality. All of these trials and tribulations that we put ourselves through is like a movie. It's just a movie. Nothing is all that serious because it's not real. Reality is the rainbows and the waterfalls and the elementals and the love and the light and the information that's positive in your heart, which leads you on your path of where you need to be. And saying no to someone is not hard. It's simple. And if the person you said no to hates you, then you go, thank you, because I didn't see you for who you really are. I don't want you in my life anyway. Bye. That means you've grown a notch. It's a positive. And anyone who treats you badly, whether it be a friend, a parent, a lover, a spouse, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, they do it because they live in fear. That's it. People who attack you are nasty, who try to control you with their lies. They live in so much fear. When you know they live in fear, when you truly and really know they live in fear, they cannot affect you because you don't see them now the same way. You see them as a child. A child who could be 65 years old and still has not grown 1 inch. Age means absolutely nothing. Nothing. You've had life experiences, and yes, if you've grown and changed and learned through your life experiences, then you're full of wisdom. And in that sense, age could mean a lot. But if you have not changed and you've not noticed anything different, and you still stress and you still get into bad relationships and you still hang on to negative stuff and you still live in fear, you're not growing and you don't love yourself and you haven't worked on changing yourself, because only you can change yourself. I can't change you. Nobody can change you. Only you can. I'll touch a little bit again on death. I've talked about this before. Your energy, your spirit, you came here from the place that you go to when you die, if you want to say that. That's where you came from. What is that place? That love is pure light and love. Is there heaven and hell? Hell no. If you believe in heaven or hell, I can tell you that your life has been hell, right? So right now you live in hell. What is happening to planet Earth? Planet Earth is being ruled by Venus, is becoming heaven. So if you stay here, live the life of love and all the things that I guide you to do, then you've put yourself in heaven. You're not going to leave the planet until it's your time to go, and that's it. I don't care what happens to you. Doctors talk about all this garbage. What is life a lot been based on? Statistics. Statistics. Phony ass statistics. Why do you have to follow statistics? Well, this person ate an apple and that person died, so apples are bad for everybody. You know what I'm saying? No, maybe I can eat an apple and you can't. There's nothing set in stone on this planet. Who do you need to know? Again, yourself. What works in your body? What do you take for your body? It's not take this pill and everybody takes this pill and it's going to heal everybody. No, because we're not the same. Our bodies are not the same. There's nothing about you that's the same as anyone else. We don't learn the same. We don't see the same. We don't have the same upbringing. We don't have the same souls. We don't have the same anything. Well, we could be soul sisters, soul brothers, so we could be similar in that sense. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about medication and drugs and food and all that crap. People fear being sick, fear dying. Why? Because your life is over and it ends? No. Because you've already come and gone and come and gone and come and gone and come and gone and come and gone. Do you know how many times you've died already? Do you remember? No. But there's going to be a time you're going to remember. I mean, on this planet, while you're breathing and living on Earth, there's going to be a time you're going to remember. In fact, it's now that a lot of people are starting to remember a lot of things. But do you have to work on remembering? Do you have to work on being good? Do you have to work on it? I have to work on it. No, you just do it. Do you have to work on going to sleep? Do you have to work on eating? Do you have to study how do I put food in my mouth? You just eat it. You just put food in your mouth. You know you're supposed to chew it and you do it. I mean, it's a stupid example. But my point is, you don't have to work on anything. You just go, oh, okay, I'm going to try that. I'm going to do that. Not try it. I'm just going to do it. And I want to prove it to myself. That's what I did. I proved it to myself. I don't prove anything to myself anymore. I just do it. But in the past, when I didn't know, I just did it anyway. I mean, it's just how it is. Do you know how you are guided 24 hours a day? You're guided when you sleep. You're guided when you're awake. And you've got to remember this. This is the planet of free will. Your guides will not help you unless you ask. They're not allowed to help you unless you ask. Because it's a free will planet. So do what I've done. Talk to yourself. I mean, I didn't really even know about guides, and I just talked to myself and everything just appeared for me. I mean, I didn't know why it appeared. When I first heard The Secret, I thought, oh, maybe that's why. But as I've grown more and more, I realized that your guides hear every single thing you say. Every single thought you think is heard. Every single one is heard. That's why we all say, if you knew how powerful you were or how powerful your thoughts were, you would change your thoughts. You've got to work on not being negative. You have to work on being positive. It's a sad situation if you think about it, that you have to work on learning how to love yourself and maybe work on that. And in that sense, you work on it, I guess, by reading it and changing yourself. Reading it and changing yourself and knowing that it's going to work. I don't know. I feel like I've said two different things and in the process have even confused myself. I just think when you say you have to work on something, that to me, it might have a different meaning to you, but to me, work has never been a positive word. Who wants to get up and go to work? You know? Who wants to work at changing your thoughts and your planets and stuff? You just accept it, you do it, you, I don't know, you ask, you practice, and you get proof. To me, if you get proof, then you know that it's true and you keep doing that. You keep working on proving things to yourself. And then you trust what you receive. I've always just trusted it. Why? I don't know. I just did. Maybe I forget that it changed my life. You know, I really don't know because I've been on this planet for such a long time. And ever since 1982, I have only focused on a spiritual life. I can't do math that quickly in my head. How many years is 82 from 2020? My whole life I'm a messenger. This is where I've been led to, is to relay messages. This is what my guides give me in my poetry. And I know that my poetry comes from the Galactic Federation of Light. I don't post that. When I posted that, people started judging me and, oh my God, I mean, saying that, oh, she's wrong. She's wrong. I don't need to prove myself to you or anybody. I'm just asking you to prove it to yourself. So, in reality, life is not that serious because it's not real. It's not real. You're in school, not elementary school and grammar school, because school's phonier than phony. I mean, it's sad that we still send our children to school. Oh, it's so sad because school is definitely going to close down eventually and change. Do you know there's a truth that has nothing to do with this video, but I'm going to share it with you. And then I'm going to end the video. That our history books are a pure lie. Take the word history and break it up. It's his story. Now, a lot of you know about the Cabal. A lot of you know that evil forces have ruled this planet. A lot of you still don't know that. But the evil forces only let you know what they want you to know, and that's his story, your history books. I mean, what is important in school? Maybe learning speaking languages, math, history. No, they can take all the history books and throw them in the trash and burn them because they're not real. But again, the truths are coming out. That's one that I shared. And there's a lot of people who love history and really focus on history. And I'm here to tell you that it's not reality. It's just written by what they want you to know. The Bible was written and changed for what they want you to know. Yes, there's some truths in there, but there's a lot that isn't. You have to discern the truth. You've got to feel it. Is this true? You have to have a relationship with your higher self. That's what you have to do. If you do that, your life becomes easier. I mean, I've mentioned this before too. I have my higher self pick out my food every day. That's what I do. And instead of always asking, I just said, why don't you just give me the craving or the feeling or the thought? So they do it. Whatever you ask for, they do it. You have guides that are not on earth, who are not out to get you, who do not have an agenda, do not carry negative crap like jealousy and judgment and all that garbage. Why would you not have a relationship with your higher self? Then when you turn on the news, is this true? No. Next. Is this true? No. Next. Simple. 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 You make your life difficult. You do it. Nobody else. Remember, nobody does anything to you. You do it to yourself. Change your thoughts. Change your life. Connect with your higher self. Learn real love, what love means. And you're on the road to a beautiful, simple, magical life. That's the last thing. Someone told me that I carry the magic. Really? I do? Did I work on it? See, that's where I get back to work on it. I'm going to have to work on it. No, I just accepted it and said, okay, let me do this. If I'm so magical, I'm going to change the weather. I changed the weather. That was it. I didn't have to work on it. That's what I mean about when I say work on it. You just do it. Okay, I'm magical. Let me create some magic. If that was true, then I can create magic. Am I going to pick something simple? Maxine never picks simple things. I'm going to change the weather. That's what I'm going to do. And I do it all the time. I do all kinds of magical things because I was told I can. I did it. I believe it. I trust it. Just do it. Do I worry about what other people think? No. Do I care if other people judge me? No. You get it? Does this make sense? Life is not all that serious. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you next week. And who knows what my topic will be? Did I know what my topic was this morning? No. I asked my higher self, will I have a topic? Yes, I will. Do I know what the topic is? No, you don't. How will I find it? Will it be a meme? Will it be poetry? It will be both. I saw the meme, it started it, bam, my poem came. Why is it easy for me? Simple. I trust what I receive. That's all you have to do. Trust what you receive. Have a great day. Thank you for joining. Please like and share, comment, subscribe. Have a blessed day.